seems like the whole world is on edge and something is going to happen.
The disappearance of a Williamsburg couple that went on a cross-country road trip.
Have you ever felt like there's some kind of presence nearby that you can't see? A California restaurant says it's happening to them.
The Mojave Desert has never been short on mysteries. But what we didn't realize is that we'd soon become part of one ourselves.
No chance that I could say no. I felt a hand on my throat. Let's wait and see where this goes. Time flies with your eyes closed. What's the point if you're living in a conflict? With no pilot in the cockpit. Cold sweat's gonna wake you in the morning. When all your energy's gone back. When all your energy's gone back.
Hi guys, welcome to Dead Air Energies, filmed on location here in our haunted house, the Vortex 29 in Desert Center, California. A few months ago, my life completely changed. I moved out here from, filming and producing My Haunted Manor in Columbia, Pennsylvania, and wanted to start a new chapter out here with Daphne Minks. We worked together and fell in love and wanted to build our production company, Twisted Reels. We have a whole slate of series concepts that we're pitching to networks, and it just so happens that this place is haunted as hell. So this show kind of took precedence, and we dove headfirst in here, and we couldn't be more excited, and this is our first episode, and this place is crazy haunted. I've been here a couple months, and we hear voices, footsteps, knocking, things are moved around, things are hidden. They mess with you, they mess with all of our electronics, my computer. Working on this show has been really difficult. They're just constantly messing with us, so we couldn't focus on anything else but this. I think they're very excited about this, excited to bring more people in. I think it's called Dead Air Energies because it's about our energy and what we bring into this place. And we're gonna experiment with that this season. I can't wait to get into that with you guys. Plus, the skies out here are the most clear and dark I've ever seen in my life. I'm from, the Philadelphia area, and we just do not get skies like this. I've seen lights, orbs. We've seen a pulsing orb every night around 10:30, and it seems to be like releasing other orbs into the sky that go off and disappear. Just really strange stuff. We've taken campouts to Joshua Tree, which is right down the street, and Ansa Borrega, just some of the darkest skies in the country. But some of the craziest stuff I've seen is right here in our backyard. So it's all part of the package. I think it's all connected. And this season we're gonna dive in and look at what that connection is. So this season we'll be exploring reports of UAPs, strange locations, and unexplained phenomena from all across the Mojave Desert. But every investigation has a starting point, and ours begins with a house. One that seems to react to the people inside it.
I'm Daphne Minks, and I own Vortex 29 in Desert Center, California. I've owned this place for almost 4 years now and experienced a lot of really strange stuff here. Some of which has followed me around my whole life, but some of it's new to me here. I've never seen anything like it. So I called up some friends who are professional paranormal investigators, starting with Jeff. He was the first one to venture out into the middle of nowhere and see this crazy place.
I met Daphne through working at My Haunted Manor USA. It was a TV series based out of Columbia, Pennsylvania. And me and my brother Trey investigated this haunted house. Cameras rolling 24/7, and we bring guests in, investigate, and figure out what's going on there. Daphne and I worked on music for the show. She does scoring, and we just really hit it off. And she told me about this haunted location she lived in that was in the middle of the desert, in the middle of a deserted ghost town. She told me that she was hearing voices out here, knocks, walking, lights flickering.
It didn't take long for him to decide to move here and really just try to figure out what's going on.
Talking about the house and moving out here, we fell in love, and we definitely loved the format of the manor, and we wanted to, see how we could do this somewhere else. So I'm currently sitting in the sunroom here at Vortex 29. This is our control center. This is where I, monitor. I have a clear view of the hallway where I saw the shadow figure. Just want to be able to catch that again. We got the hallway cam out there. I can monitor everything from here, and we've been doing this for months. Shooting reality style and just reacting to things as they happen. And along the way, we've captured some really strange activity, and we've investigated it, and we're following leads as they come up and reacting to things as they happen. This is real life. This is where we live, and we're just trying to understand what this energy is and how it reacts to us. We've left the audio run while we go run an errand, and it just sounds like they're walking around, living their life, and making something for dinner. It doesn't feel like a residual. It feels like it's intelligent and just trying to mimic life.
The house reacts to Jeff and I in many different ways. I had an incident, the spatula, I turned around to get something and the spatula just picked itself up or whatever and flew a fair distance across the kitchen. And I'm there with the measuring tape, trying to figure out how this could have possibly happened. You could feel the energy in the kitchen. And at the time I was upset about something and it seemed to react to me. So again, I don't know where the crossover is between me and the energy of the house, but they want to be a part of it. They want to be around. And it's just been me and them for so long, and now with Jeff, it's going to be interesting to see groups of people, because that hasn't happened yet, and I don't really know what's going to happen. So it's exciting times.
It seems like the house reacts to us and our emotions and moods. We have ups and downs like any relationship. When things are good, the house is happy and active, and we're arguing, the house is quiet, or it kind of retaliates on me.
Yeah, there's been a few times when they've stuck up for me, which has been kind of funny and freaked Jeff out. We were having a disagreement one evening, and he slept in one of the rooms here in the house.
The middle of the night, I woke up terrified. The curtains were pulled down, ripped down. It scared the hell out of me. I woke up, and it's not like they just dropped. It was full on, something pulled it across the room.
They were not happy at all with the situation, and we tried to figure it out. I don't know how they did it. I really don't. It was kind of uncanny how they just...
So it's get back together, make things right in this house.
But we made up very quickly after that, because the house made it known it was not happy. It definitely reacts, if there's arguing, strife, drama, they don't like it. There's been a lot of instances that Jeff and I have experienced together, which has been very validating for me. You know, we'll be talking about something and you'll hear a knock. You know, they answer, they have an opinion, you know, they want to be heard. Definitely when we're watching TV, and this has been the entire time I've lived here, they'll come and sit down on the couch next to you, or if they don't care for what you're watching, they tend to like stand in front of the television so that it's almost muted.
I'll be in the kitchen and I'll hear what sounds like toes and ankles cracking as like bare feet are hitting the floor, walking towards me. And I'm totally expecting Daphne to be there, and she's in the other room. And it's very disorienting, very disturbing. But it doesn't feel like anything negative here. It just feels like people living their life, you know. It just feels a little crowded in here sometimes.
They love to get in bed with you. They like to get in the shower with you. You can hear, you know, shampoo bottles moving around. It's like they want to be part of it, you know. It's not a scary thing. It's reminiscent of their, what I call organic life. You know, maybe it felt good to get in the shower, it was refreshing, you know, and then you go in the kitchen and cook dinner and they tend to be there. You can feel their presence.
You know, a lot of places I investigated before on the East Coast just felt completely different to this. You know, a heavier energy, sadness, there's a lot of just trauma. These don't feel like Civil War ghosts. These feel like, you know, like 80s party ghosts. You know, they want to have a good time. We'll be dead asleep, 3 a.m. They'll wake us up because it's like they're just getting started. It feels like they want to be alive.
Like 3:30 a.m. is kind of their sweet spot. You hear voices here, feet all the time. The hallway where all of the bedrooms lead seems to be like a thoroughfare. You can feel energy, you see shadows. It's just a very active house inside. And then when you step outside, because I think where the house sits, it's on a vortex, essentially where the three main deserts of the Southwest meet. It's the Sonoran, the Colorado Desert, and then my favorite, the Mojave. And there's a lot of UAP activity. Unexplainable things in the sky. You can just sit out in the hammock and you just see things that you really kind of can't explain. So I think there's as much energy or activity inside the house as there is outside of the house.
So this season we're going to take a closer look at some of these personalities that live here in this house with us, who these ghosts are, what they are, what is this energy, how do they interact with us and our energies. And you know, the most interesting part is that you don't have to take our word for it. Vortex 29 is an immersive paranormal experience, and if you're curious, you can come here and investigate for yourself. Because we want to learn from you and your approach. You know, we want your team here to investigate with us, and you know, that's what the show is community of paranormal investigators, like-minded people just out here looking for the weird stuff, just following the mystery, and we need your help. So come out here to Vortex 29 and investigate with us. Just heard something in the kitchen. See, this happens constantly. That was like a footstep. I heard like the bare feet on the ground. In this series, we'll be exploring our theory that our energies can change the paranormal phenomena. You know, what you bring into the house with you can change your experience. Your moods, your emotions, what you're doing physically, that all matters. And they react differently, you know, and we want to test that. We want to bring in guest investigators. We want to test live bands here, test all kinds of different music, lighting, chanting, drums. We want to use the neurovisor to manipulate our brain waves and see if, you know, we can actually physically change our energies. So if you're coming into a place, you know, completely negative, you know, you might be blocked to receiving anything because you're, you know, either negative or you're thinking about your day or you're just not present in the moment. So the neurovisor can help us lower everything and then up certain brain waves like delta and gamma, which, you know, are supposedly what mediums are heightened in. You know, we can get you to that same brain activity to give you the best possible chance for an experience. And we're 420 friendly, so we're just all about trying every avenue we can to alter our brain waves, alter our energies, and draw out as much activity as possible. And we quickly noticed that doing one certain thing will make them react for sure. And that's when I saw one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
When there's an argument, some sort of strife, or even just like a taxing business call, they tend to get very quiet. It's like they just kind of don't want to be bothered with the drama. When there's intimacy going on, the house is very active, extremely active.
I was on the couch and we were getting intimate. We were making out, and I look up and I see, looks like a person that's standing right in the hallway, right past these cameras. And it looked like it had kind of a hood on, and it adjusted, looked like it locked eyes with me, saw me see it, and it just kind of darted away. It just kind of like got low and took off down the hallway. And as it ran away, it looked like a cape like followed it, like so it was like a hooded cloak. You know, what the hell was that? I tried to reenact it with my arms. I was like totally taken out of the moment.
You know, the intimacy factor, we've definitely noticed they're there, and I've asked other people in different situations, different places that have been vetted as haunted, when you have an intimate encounter, do you feel like you're being watched? And it was shocking to me how many people said yes, that they do, they feel it, that they're not alone in the room.
So from that moment I was hooked, and you know, moved the cameras inside, and we're gonna start doing this here. And for Daphne and I, you know, this is more than just a filming location. This is our house. We're here every day. We're dealing with this every day. So that means, you know, the investigation really never stops. The more we investigate Vortex 29, the more questions seem to be uncovered. And it's obvious to us that this place doesn't exist in a vacuum. You know, outside these walls are abandoned buildings, forgotten stories, just weird parts of the desert, parts that are labeled as vortexes. You know, what is a vortex? What is that energy, and what's causing that phenomenon? We want to dive deep into that this season. You know, these are places that people have been talking about for decades. So, you know, what is going on there? So we'll be exploring these locations and asking whether, you know, these stories are somehow connected. So this season we're going to investigate the haunted school, the desert strip after dark, it's just down the street, our haunted golf course, the skies, and just reports of UAPs and evidence that we've captured. We're going to test different theories, bring in guest investigators. We're going to experiment with music and lighting and energy, just document and investigate and see what happens next. So it's a long-term investigation, and hopefully this season we can answer a lot of questions I have, like, you know, what is this place? What is the energy? What is attached to the house, and what, you know, is attached to Daphne specifically? You know, something that's followed her whole life. She's had this, you know, experiences since she was a kid. What, you know, has been here forever? You know, what's attached to the land? Is there something ancient? Is there something Native American? Is there something to the theory of this being attached to our emotions and our consciousness and, you know, our energy specifically? You know, those are things we can test and experiment with. But, you know, one of the biggest questions is there some kind of connection to UAP activity, seismic activity, and the paranormal? Are some of these shadow figures that we're seeing actually shadows of a being that's cloaked, invisible? It's what it feels like. It's what that shadow looked like to me, that it was flat against the wall. Are we seeing the shadow of an extraterrestrial? Something I want to find out, something I want to dig into more this season. I want to do more research, talk to more experts, talk to more people who have had sightings, and see what the correlation is, if there is one. Right now, I don't have those answers. You know, I wish I did. But over the course of the season, we're going to follow every lead we can. We're going to test our theories, follow the evidence, and see where it takes us. You know, see what we can uncover. But tonight, our journey begins here in Vortex 29. We're back here. We're in what we call Bethany's room. So I'm gonna set up a little microphone here. Okay, I'm gonna roll some audio back here in this hallway where kind of everything happens, where everything kind of spawns from is this back corner of the house. Is anyone here? I'm gonna place this audio down here. Coming out of Bethany's room, the bathroom. When I stayed in here in Bethany's room, I just felt like there was a young girl presence, like a college-age girl, that was just annoyed that I was in her room, just moving things around. Just like, get out of my room, come on, get up.
Oh, Pendleton, Bethany's room has my dog Pendleton. He walked through paint, and so his footprints are shellacked to the floor, basically, and we've seen him walk out of that room before, a white dog, and I'm like, that's Pendleton, yeah.
We asked the dog to come out, and we're like, come here. And we heard dog nails like on the concrete.
I just heard something in there. It sounded like cups rattling.
We have this back office here. It's where we do all of our twitching and stitching and itching. All of our live feed stuff, just an extra office, screening room. We've had some things back here. We've had definitely some voices. This closet here that works as a sound booth. Definitely feel like just somebody's in here watching me. Do you feel anything back here?
Yeah, there's always a presence to me in here. In fact, if you notice, this room's like half done. I keep moving it around thinking that it's the furniture placement, it's something, and it's not. It's just something back here makes it very hard to work. You just want to get up and not work. Like, you just want to do everything but work. It's a very non-productive room. So that's kind of why we made it the gaming podcast room, because they seem to let us do that in peace. Like, it seems to be fine as long as it's something fun.
Oh, and that light wouldn't work for the longest time, and then it suddenly was on by itself.
Yeah, it just sort of came on, and I thought Jeff turned it on, and Jeff thought I turned it on, and I was like, I thought you did it.
I just heard something.
I did too.
Came from out there. So let's leave this audio run. We'll go down this hallway and
talk to us, guys.
heard a tap from out here. Is anyone here?
It was over there.
Can you make that noise again? It sounded like something in the sink.
I don't know. It sounded like something over here to me.
So we just came down the hallway. We were hearing noises out here in the living room. And this hallway is exactly where I saw that figure, that cloaked figure that saw us on the couch and then ran down this hallway. So we have our camera set up here, getting a hallway shot. We can't see it because of the IR. Just heard something else.
I don't know if they can hear that, but we can. There's definitely some tapping.
Something back there was making a noise too, so hopefully
there's
the audio
some
caught that.
knocking, and yeah, I swear we just heard something back there.
Kitchen. Let's go check out the kitchen. We have some production gear set up. We're filming season 1. This is where we make food. and get freaked out when things walk up behind us.
This corner is very active. We hear lots of stuff, but it does seem like when we're cooking or shortly after, if there's food still out, you can kind of hear people walking around. And it's interesting because we did hear something, and I just remembered we just finished dinner. We left them out, and so I'm not really surprised, I guess, that, I'm sorry, I just saw something in my corner of my eye. Somebody's been watching us. I can feel it. And I just swear, I just saw like, it was almost like a peeper.
Yeah, we get some peepers.
They're curious.
Are you peeping?
It's just Jeff and I, and they're very responsive.
That's right. Can you come forward?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear it? It's over there.
Yeah.
It's over here. They want
There's
a
a tapping
party.
back
Look,
here. Yeah.
it is 1:30, and in here you can hear, this is the party room. This right here is where we're hearing it right now. They're walking through the kitchen. They came from the back, and they're milling around in here with the food. And then we just heard them making noise around here. And that's where we have the lights, the smoke machine, the pool. They respond.
Yeah.
They want to hang out.
So we should
They want to party with us.
have a party, I think is the answer to the...
Yeah, having a party is definitely the answer, for sure.
So let's try it. Let's put some music on and some lights and see what happens.
Okay, there we go. Our theme song.
Yeah. Wow.
Did you hear that?
Loud noise.
They're excited. They like this. Did you hear that? That was like so loud. Okay, guys.
You guys got to come here to Vortex 29.
You have to. Yeah.
Nothing like it on Earth.
It's like being high. I swear. You have to come here. It's an experience all its own.
Break your arm. Oh, and the fucking best part is outside. You gotta check this out.
Yeah. Let's take it outside.
Wow.
The Desert Oasis. Come play with us.
It's unlike anything else, guys.
You guys have to come out here, experience Vortex 29 for yourselves, and come party with us. Come party with the Dead Air team out in the desert.
Come out here, stargaze, look at UFOs, ghost hunt. There's a crazy amount of paranormal stuff out here in the desert. It's weird, and we want you guys to experience it.